What's going on with the goings on, y'all? You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. We gonna move the camera a little bit today. Cause guess what? I forgot to turn my camera off, so we might as well. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Been shaking it a little bit, please forgive me. Had to make sure I cut that fan off. Anyway, what's going on with the goings on, y'all? You know what I'm talking about? Already with the alreadys, you know. I think I'm getting a little better at the pre-recordings, you understand? We ain't doing much. I ain't finna, it ain't a whole bunch of insight going on today. I might start doing insights just on Monday. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. Sometimes I cut the camera on and I'll just be going when I be going. So, let's get into a few shenanigans and then we gonna get on up out of here because it's Friday too. We got shit to do. You understand me? Shout out to Murder Mook. I sat back and I listened to your music, you know what I'm saying? Back to the streets, you know what I'm talking about? Talking about if you ain't moving this music, you gonna move the brick. I understand that. You understand me? Cause hey, listen to me, good brother. I've been in that same predicament. I got 6 of them chitterlings, you know what I'm talking about? And before I got into my dire situation, hey, I'm moving mountains. You know what I'm talking about? Like Usher said, it's like moving mountains looking at us. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm definitely moving them piles in order to make sure my kids, you know what I'm saying, got what they needed. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, I know niggas like to fact check these days. You could definitely fact check me. I kept it all the way. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of music, shout out Cash Doll. She came out at 12. You know what I'm talking about? With that the NWM, you know what I'm saying? NWM, you know, I'm that nigga with money. Cause I don't need the nigga with money, you know what I'm talking about? It's cool to have the nigga with money and you better have some when you come around here, you know what I'm talking about? For real. Already with I like the music. I like the cut. You know what I'm talking about? I usually don't like shit. You know what I'm talking about? I give you my critique on it. You know what I'm talking about? You mixed the mixed it up a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if I'd have went with the ending part. You know what I'm talking about? As far as when you mix the intro, it's something about the drum lately. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas been turning it up too high. I turning up the bass too high. You know what I'm talking about? And you know what I'm saying? Ain't letting the soul come through. But the beginning, oh man, I damn near just put that shit on repeat. That first minute, yeah, you put that first minute on repeat. That's it. The next two, I don't know about the next 2 minutes. It's okay. You know what I'm talking about? But I do like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's great. It's out the park. You got a hit, but you got something. You know what I'm talking about? Now you got to go further with I'm the nigga with money. You got to start writing bars for that. That's just a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? So let's get into some of these shenanigans. Then we gonna find us something to do. So I guess I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. You know what I'm saying? It was just a tidbit that I wanted to get into. His name. You know what I'm talking about? I think he part of the LGBT crew though. You know what I'm talking about? I'm never gonna go further than that neither. You know what I'm saying? LGBT. I'm not going further than, you know what I'm saying, the first 4 letters. After that, it's just, you got extras, and I ain't really into extras. You know what I'm talking about? His name is Funky Divine. You know, they might say Funky Diva, depending on where you at and what you're doing. But if Funky Divine, I guess you said Christian Rock and Blueface, they are retarded. You know what I'm talking about? And they family is retarded, and they need to keep all the babies and the whole family together as one. No reproducing with other ethnicities. You know what I'm talking about? and they just need to keep it All in the Family. You know, remember the show All in the Family? Them people wasn't all that bright neither. You know what I'm talking about? And it was, it was a show that probably can't be aired right now here today. You know, with everybody being so diversified. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So shout out to you though, Funky Divine. They is a little R rated. You know what I'm talking about? And they need to keep their information to themselves. But then what would streaming be without them? You know what I'm talking about? We wouldn't even be talking about streaming if it wasn't for Chrisean Rock and Blueface. For real, for real. Him going 24 hours is what made us do what we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? He definitely a pioneer in the game. So he don't want to leave it, especially if that's the only game he really know. You know what I'm talking about? He don't want to change none of that up. That's how he living. That's how he giving. You know what I'm talking about? Whether he give it to his pockets or to us. You know what I'm saying? We can't win. We don't even talk about Chet. For real. I mean, Casanat played a big part. For real, because he kept the 24-hour thing going. But if Blueface and Chrisean Rock don't have the antics and the R-rated stuff that they was doing, you know what I'm talking about? Of course, we don't want to see them on the screen or off the screen or even in the knowledge. You know, knowledge is power. So us assuming that they might be doing extracurricular activities, you know, excuse my language, we certainly don't want to see those things or assume or insinuate anything. We don't want to do none of that. But sometimes our minds just wonder. You feel me? But as long as it ain't directly to where we can see what's going on when it's going on, we don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But we live and people got life because life be life, eh? We be knowing. But hey, you know what I'm saying? If you just gonna show, then don't tell. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the alreadies. Let's another shout out. Shout out Brorilla. Brorilla crazy as hell, bro. I guess Brorilla got into a spat with a person that I care not name. And she's told her, listen, you need to stop doing what you're doing. You know what I'm talking about? Because every time you open your mouth, you know, you don't spew the right things out. I know your PR team probably like, no, you were supposed to say it like this. But when you are who you are, it's gonna come out the way it's gonna come out. You need to be like the battle raps. You know what I'm talking about? You need to practice before you preach. Cause sometimes you be on there acting like you ministering or giving a person a life lesson, and the whole time it's like, would you just be quiet? Cause you digging yourself into a further hole. You know what I'm talking about? You can only dig so far before you come out on the other end. And it don't be looking pretty when you come out. You be dirty, filthy, nasty. And these are the languages people be using when they describe who you are as a person. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? You never care to make your image look better than what it was. You getting with an elder statesman, you know what I'm saying? I guess you thought you was shooting a move, but you made it look even worse than what it actually was. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be with an elder statesman, but at the same time, you look crazy, especially Brorilla. Brorilla is like 5'2". You a whole foot taller than this guy. Or gal. Or whatever, you know, she want to be called. You know, she doing her bulldagging thing, so. Or she might be bisexual. I don't know. I done seen her in a wig, so I don't know. Sometimes she be doing what she be doing, and sometimes she don't be doing what she. Needless to say, please leave Brorilla alone. She ain't trying to fight you. You a grown man with muscles. That's what she said. You a grown man with muscles. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. Your hands are registered, ma'am. She calling the police. And she coming to every court date. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, you know what I'm talking about? You can say what you want, you know what I mean? Then you went, I seen some, you know what I mean? I don't know how further in detail you went, but you know what I'm saying? For you to say that you gonna do something to her and shouted out another famous celebrity and said you was doing it for them, if something happened to Glorilla, they coming for you. They gonna blame it all on you. Cause I got money all around me. I feel like I'm a man. Shout out to Cash Doll. Shout out to an artist I don't really care to name. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the alreadys. Shout out to the Target lady. You know what I mean? I guess a woman in Target got stopped by I call them mall cops. You know what I'm talking about? And I guess it was another enclosed officer too, officer that's in his clothing he uses for work. And they had a conversation with the lady, and the lady was saying, I got my receipt for all the items that I have. I don't understand what's going on, why y'all would need to talk to me. And they just kept persisting on with the situation. You gotta have something that you ain't supposed to have, and this and that. She's like, no, I got my receipt. They checked the receipt. Because at the end of the day, especially because I be going to certain places like a Myers or something, and they'll check the receipt. You know what I'm saying? And if you go to Sam's Club, they check all receipts. And sometimes they check the items. You know what I'm saying? If they like looking at it and they can't tell, they'll go through it. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey, it is places that does exactly what she's talking about. But for them to proceed on and push her cart back into the place of business and then take her into the office, I guess, where the cameras may or may not be. I don't know how they do their due diligence when it comes to the public. But if I was her, I'd sue them. Okay, I had my receipt, all my items in there, and you still say I stole something, and I'm telling you I didn't, then, because if she's correct, when she proves that she ain't take nothing, what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do for her pain and suffering? Because that's a whole hour out of her day. She could have been home, cooking, cleaning. You know what I'm saying? If she got a man providing for him, if she got kids providing for them, that's that hour. That's a whole. She can make a whole meal, lunch or dinner. I don't know what time it was. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of stipulations. Sue the pants off Target. Target won to lose, I guess. You know, you're gonna get talked about, not in a good way, but hey, you know what I'm talking about? You getting talked about, especially being talked about in a good way. I'm gonna pronounce his name. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but it's Dre for Pay. Dre for Pay. Shout out to you, Dre for Pay. I guess you seen a young man selling candy during school hours and asked him why you ain't in school. And the young man proceeded to say, well, he's selling candy so he can get school clothes. You know what I'm talking about? And Dre decided to say, well, that's why you're not in school, because you don't got no school clothes? The young man stated yes. He came back with some shoes. Well, he came back with some shoes out of his trunk and gave it to the young man. You know what I'm talking about? He said, damn, I can do a little more. So he went home, gathered up some clothing that he had that he was no longer wearing anymore, shoes, pants, and decided to give it to him. He even went a step further and gave him a haircut. Well, he gave him the haircut and then gave him the clothes, or gave him the clothes and gave him the haircut. Either way it go, that was a blessing. See, these is blessings. I even seen a young lady, I ain't write her name down, but I seen her. I guess one of the young men, it might have been a skit, you ask me. But I guess the young man came up and said that her kid was bullying him. She got out the car got him out the car. They had a conversation, and she made the bully. If you hear the noise in the background, you know it's real. Made the bully give up his shoes. Like, oh, you talking about him because his clothes dirty and he ain't able to get where he going? Like, nigga, we used to live in the slums. We used to be fucked up. Excuse my language. I don't mean to offend or harm anyone, but she was patoot. Like, nigga, we used to be all bad, and now that we all good, you want to talk crazy to him? You used to be him. So I got something for you. We ain't doing no bullying around here. Take your shoes off. Son, my mama would have did the same thing. You know what I'm talking about? And there's plenty of other mamas would have did the same. Take them shoes off, sir. Get them shoes to him, and you put on them bummy shoes. And the next time you say something to him, I'm gonna do something to you. You know what I'm talking about? And then address the young lady and say, if he says anything else, make sure you walk down this driveway and you come get me. Shout out to you, young lady. Shout out to Dre for the pay. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. Shout out to my mayor, Madam Mayor Mary Sheffield. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. So I guess she gave $9.2 million to the homeless. You know what I'm talking about? I think they need a little bit more. You know what I'm talking about? But it's a great step forward. And shout out to Detroit Darren 999 for saying something. You know what I'm talking about? If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be paying no attention. So shout out to you, good brother. Shout out to Young M.A. You know what I'm talking about? You know, I listen to your music. So, you know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you be my motivation for what I be doing. You know what I mean? Already with the alreadys. You know what I'm talking about? Because I've been where you at. So, you know what I'm saying? When you coming through, where you coming through. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta go through life in order to get to the glory. But that's no here, no there. I'll be here forever. Shout out to Whitney Gilbert Wayne for the message. You know what I'm saying? Message. You know what I'm talking about? Or how she improved. She was in her stage name, her actress name, Whitney Gilbert Wayne. Her real name is Jasmine Guy. But I guess she came to the Instagram space and decided to do her stage performance where she was Whitney Gilbert Wayne. You know what I'm talking about? And she just gave a nice little message stating that, you know, she appreciate the fans and she appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the support. You know what I'm talking about? But shout out to you, young lady. Shout out to Tyler Perry. I guess in September you gonna do Why Did We Get Married Again? You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be on Netflix, so I'm pretty sure everybody gonna be able to tune in. You know what I'm talking about? And see what's going on when it's going on. I don't know why you didn't make it a motion picture. You made everything else a motion picture. But I guess these days, motion pictures just ain't where it's at. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't on this box, you ain't on TikTok, you ain't on Facebook, and of course the gram. You know what I'm talking about? And you ain't talking about. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the alreadys. But shout out to you, good brother. You know what I mean? And we shall see. You know what I'm saying? Seems like everybody gonna be in there. Good supporting cast anyway. Shout out to Angel Reese. You got a block and an assist. A block and a steal on Brittany Griner. And it looked like he was aggressive. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna lie though. This year, this is the first time I done seen you so aggressive. You done got that Barbie doll and said, look, Mattel said, hey, tell it all. This how I really be. You know what I'm talking about? I hope you don't end up being one of them mean grannies. You know, basketball is something else. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the alreadys. Shout out to you though, good young lady. You know what I'm saying? Another double in the books. What's that? 375 or something? You know what I mean? Already with the alreadys there. Shout out to Angel Reese. Shout out to, I don't even know how to say your name. I'm gonna just say B. So I guess B did a track on Cardi B. You know what I'm talking about? Already. Her name is B-I-A though. So it might be Bi. They might say Bi, but I'm gonna say B. You know what I'm saying? B by B. You know what I'm talking about? Cardi. But she made a song about Cardi. I liked it, that bitch. Cardi B, I'm one of Cardi B's biggest fans too. So for me to even listen to it, I'm like, damn, this is okay. I don't know if it's okay. I don't know if it's a bad motherfucker. It ain't no bad motherfucker, but it's okay. It's worth talking about. I don't know if it's worth it definitely ain't worth making no track. It ain't that damn good, but it's good though. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? You can sell it. You know what I'm talking about? The information was more or less good than anything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bickering back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Having your little words. You know what I'm saying? But you know how Cardi B is. She had to turn a sentence into a fucking phrase, to a fucking paragraph. You know what I'm saying? She went in on you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody always hating on the young lady. I mean, she do got the Coke bottle. She did buy a Coke bottle frame. I don't know why you'll buy Coca-Cola and don't think it's gonna be a classic. Now this name I'm gonna say, I don't know if I'm saying it. It's a lot. I guess today is names I'm not gonna say correctly. We're gonna state this and then we're gonna get on up out of here. This is an early transition and it's Friday, so you probably won't see me again in the money not unless something drastic happen. You know what I'm talking about? The fight's supposed to happen tomorrow or today, matter of fact. So, you know, my antics might come in on Saturday. It depends, because I seen the face-off between Orlando Brown and Ray J. And Orlando Brown had some things to say, but it's funny how this is what y'all doing now. Y'all gonna wait until the day of and have an antic going so we can tune in and watch. Nice try. No, the real fight I want to see is the one but with Tasiki in it. Other than that, I really don't really. You know what I'm talking about? It's a lot of theatrics. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, let me state this name: Tez Lee Figaro. I'm gonna say it again: Tez Lee Figaro. She is a female that was on Don Lemon's Instagram page. I don't know if it was on Instagram or StreamYard. It was one of the two. But she called out the young man who had the interview with Nolan Wells' assailants. And she called him out and told him, Tume, come holler at me. She said Tume decided to go on another program. He's went on a few programs. He's been on the Don Lemon show. He's talked shit with comedics, and he's did a voice. He's been a voice for other interviews and won't come and talk to her. So I think you should go talk to Tez Lee Figaro. Go see what she got to say. My thing about her is don't overtalk the situation. Let them dig a hole. And let them jump in that bitch. I watched it. It was this one show. And I need you to watch it with an open mind. When I state it, you're going to be like, what the fuck? But just watch it with an open mind. If you watch me, then watch it how I would watch it. Or just think with your third eye when you watching it. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Watch it. But don't watch it as Who Framed Roger Rabbit or on the animation tip. Watch the show like you all knowing. And it's gonna trip you out, for real. But Tez Lee Figaro, you know what I'm talking about? Go see what she talking about. Already with the alreadys. And guess what? If you see that, you know it's real. And with all that being said, as the old saying goes, the smoke's gone, I'm gone.